Yo, what's up, y'all? What's going on? We jumped in early. What's happening? Let's check out the JASMY chart today. All right, so guys, if you have been following me, I told you guys over the last 2 days that we would likely come back down inside this buy zone, maybe double bottom, maybe. We didn't quite get down to this bottom, but it's pretty close to a double bottom, right? And we're wicking back up now to exit this buy zone. Now, I think probably by the time this daily candle closes tomorrow, I think this candle is going to be green and we'll be on the outside of it. And the reason that I say that is because if we go over to Bitcoin, let me just reset the chart here on Bitcoin, refresh it. All right, so for over on Bitcoin, I think that this candle is going to reverse and be back up above this support level tomorrow at 69, basically pretty close to 70,000. I think we'll be back over 70,000 tomorrow. I think this candle closes green, and that's going to pull the alts up from where they are right now, having a little bit of a red evening, but I think that will correct by tomorrow. Could I be wrong? Of course. My wife says I'm wrong on a daily basis, but I digress. I think we could be back up here. I think this is minor for me. This little bit of a pullback we got going on right now is minor. It's not really that big of a deal. We got the election coming up, guys, in T minus what, 4 days? It's the 5th, right? So 5 days. Now I want to show you this. I show this every day, guys. I'm going to show it again though, right? Is this here, okay? This here, if you're just watching, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't seen this yet, this is the 2020 election, okay? The last election. This is November 5th. Look what happened. Look what happened immediately after the election. Immediately, right? Massive run. That is where the parabolic part of the bull run went. We ran from November 5th until April 16th. Okay. So it wasn't, now listen though, it wasn't just up, up, up only, right? Look, if you zoom in, look, we had some corrections along the way. See this here, these are shakeouts, right? Look at this. Let me zoom in on it some more. Look at this, right? Look at this correction. Boom. You think a lot of people got shaken out right there? Probably, right? That's like a 25, 30% correction. And then what do? We climb back up. Boom. Another 25, 30% correction, right? So it's not just straight up. There will be these little corrections where you can continue to dollar cost average or roll profits from one project to another, right? If you know what you're doing. And then as you can see, we continued up. Look at this. Boom. Another correction. This one's more like 40%. And then pulled way up. Then look, another correction, probably 25, 30%. Back up again, right? So we're going to have those corrections is the point, guys, right? But if you look, immediately after the last election, we started to run. And that's where we are right now. We are at the current election is right about here. Okay, right about there. So what's coming next? Here's the election. Are we about to do this? Right? Now that there is, now let me clean some of this up. That there is about $100,000 for Bitcoin, right? So we could, before the end of the year, make that move up here, right? What are we at? Yeah, $110,000. Will we make this move up and then maybe consolidate here between this $98,000 level and this $110,000 level? Will we ping pong in there for a little while the altcoins start to run, right? And then when after the altcoins start to run, we might actually you know, just like the other one, we might actually come down a little bit like here before we go and we set in the higher all-time high, right? Just like we did. Will we have a double top this time around? It's going to be very interesting, right? But either way, guys, this is how close you are. Like, really pay attention to this for a second, okay? Because I want you guys to understand something. You held on, guys. You held on through this whole bear market, You dollar cost average, you held on through all of it. You came up here, you were excited, and now look at, we've been in here for 7 months. We've been in here, right? Same thing, boring action. You held on through all of that. And this is how close you are right here to this. So do not lose hope. Do not give up on the financially sovereign person you're trying to become. You went through hell and brimstone, hellfire and brimstone to get here. Just a little bit more to go, guys. Just a little bit more to go. So hang on to your butts. And Swift is having itself a grand old time. Look at up 16.8% despite the market being down. Swift just has no chill. Imagine if Bitcoin was not dumping. Imagine where Swift would be. Yesterday, Swift was up over 35%. It was up 35% this morning when I first did my live stream this morning. So Swift is having a great time. Great time. As for XCN, fantastic DCA opportunity. Waiting for Bitcoin to get back up over 70K. JASMY, a little bit of a correction, 5.9% down on the day. Probably got some blood in the streets. Yes, look at the opportunity, guys. That's what I see here. I see opportunity. She's a knocking, boys. She is a knocking. Turbo under 209 now. I said Turbo under a penny. Turbo at this price, guys, I think personally, I've been asked 100 times if I think that Turbo can get to 10 cents. Absolutely. I think Turbo could 10x from where it is right now. No questions asked. No problem in the parabolic part of the bull run. So absolutely, guys, this is a great opportunity. Quant, I was being asked about Quant, guys. Listen, we just did a fantastic hour-long group video chat over on the Patreon. We discussed Quant. We discussed some other blue chip cryptos that we're going to start getting into in the bottom of the next bear market. What else we discussed? We discussed Ethereum gas fees and how you're going to have extra Ethereum through the bull run so that you can sell on the Ethereum network. Like, a lot of crucial information, guys, is over on the Patreon. We video call and we chat about these things. You got to get over there and join the conversation, or you will get left behind, right? What else do we got going on? We get some XCN stuff to get started here. So today's the cutoff, guys, for the month of October for gas refunds. If you recall, they give full refunds for gas fees in Ethereum on staking and on voting on the DAO for new proposals, right? So they reimburse you at the end of every month, the last weekend of every month. So as they say here, we will be reimbursing gas for staking, voting, and claiming rewards over the course of this coming weekend. Any actions after the 31st will be refunded with next month's refunds. So if you do stake or you vote or claim rewards and you pay a gas fee after tonight, after midnight tonight, so on the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, do not expect your rewards until the last weekend, or your reimbursement of your gas fees until the last weekend of next month, okay? And I know I'm saying this, and a lot of people are still, probably around the 10th or something like that, are still going to say to me, they never refunded me because they did their transaction after the 31st. I know that everyone, doesn't get to see all the news, so but I've just got to put it out there to you guys so that you guys don't freak out. You will be reimbursed. Just you got to do it properly. Speaking of staking, over on the Onyx DAO right now, 37.21% for APR annually, guys. Fantastic opportunity. Not financial advice. You do you, boo-boo. But I'm telling you right now, it's a great, great opportunity. So, yes. All right. Looking over at, let's go over to the chart on Onyx Coin. So Onyx Coin's looking pretty good. It's in this tight pattern here, guys. We're very, very tight here. And that's what she said. We got to get that break to the upside. Likely, all of these altcoins are going to start to run probably after Bitcoin starts smashing through its all-time high, in my opinion. We'll start to see, we'll probably see ping-ponging in here before we finally do this, right? But, again, Bitcoin has to do its thing before the altcoins will start to do their thing. That's just, Mama said it bees like that sometimes, right? So just pay attention to it and, stick to the script, guys. Stick to the script. Guys, I will get into your comments in the chat once I finish the news for the day. So, yeah. And also, guys, just so that you guys know, you Onyx coin holders, Wes and I was talking to Wes earlier today. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about for Sunday. We do an Onyx coin live stream, and we got some exciting stuff to discuss. We have some breaking news to discuss, and we're going to let it all out on Sunday's Onyx coin live stream. So make sure you guys are here for that. All right, what else do we got? Someone just bought 11,658 Bitcoin worth $780.5 million since March. Nations, states are buying. Guys, I keep saying reserves are falling. Exchange reserves are falling on a daily basis. At this rate, how much longer do you think the scarcity of Bitcoin and the price action is going to be held off, right? It's going to start to run at some point, guys. This supply and demand, so to speak, right? A little bit for you XLM lovers out there. Jed McCaleb, co-founder of Stellar, was asked after regulatory clarity, where do you see Stellar in 10 years? Check it out.
Regulatory headwinds were kind of the reason why Stellar, it's taken so long to get to where it is, just regulation in the United States being such a headwind. If that gets ironed out, where do you see Stellar in 10 years from now?
Yeah, sure.
kind of asked earlier, but
Yeah, I mean it's not just in the US, it's like worldwide, right? And it's not the only reason, but it's one of the major reasons is like, we work with like on and off ramps all the time, and like often they're very excited about it, and then once they kind of get into the weeds and then they start to encounter the pushback from the governments, and like all the licenses they have to get and whatnot, and even governments change their attitude. Like Nigeria at one point was fine, you could move money in and out, and at some point they shut it all down, and that was hugely detrimental, right? And so things like that just keep happening, and it's I don't know when it'll be, but at some point we'll kind of like cross over where that's not such a big deal anymore, and people are more established. And the MoneyGram thing is like huge in that respect, because they obviously have dealt with this for years, right? So so the second part was like what will look like after that.
Yeah, I mean in 10 years hopefully.
I mean, again, like from the beginning, we've been trying to build this global Venmo, like that's what we want to see. So like hopefully that is what transpires, right? Because that is, it sounds kind of simple, but it would be hugely impactful to be able to send money instantly in small amounts all over the world. So yeah.
Very bullish, guys. Very bullish for you XLM holders. I do hold a little bit of XLM. I do believe in the project. So yeah, I think it's a good little ditty. Good little ditty. I guess you can't say that word in that name anymore, eh? Probably not. Trump says, I would like to wish our great Bitcoiners a happy 16th anniversary of Satoshi's white paper. We will end Kamala's war on crypto, and Bitcoin will be made in the USA. So, for all of us garbage people out there, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Good times, guys. Good times are coming for crypto. I love it. I never thought we'd be where we are, and it's absolutely amazing. The growth of Bitcoin's strategic treasury reserve for MicroStrategy has acquired additional Bitcoin in every quarter since Q3 of 2020. This is called dollar cost averaging, and this is the power of it, guys. MicroStrategy stock went from $1 billion back here to being worth, I believe, $52 billion today, just by dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, guys. This is the strength of DCAing. All right, what else do we got? MicroStrategy's relentless Bitcoin buying. That's what we're talking about.
No one is prepared for what's coming. You remember when Michael Saylor said MicroStrategy would be buying the top forever?
Yeah, I'll be buying at the top forever.
Well, bad news bears, and insert that crying Taleb. Cue up that tiny violin. Perfect. Well, Giga Chad wasn't lying, and MicroStrategy just accelerated everything. I think we just did a show like 2 weeks ago on the 10-year window to become an absolute legend. It's completely irrelevant now, because we may only have 3 years left to accumulate for our bloodlines. Michael Saylor, the great Bitcoin Bambino, just called his shot and confirmed this. All your models are destroyed. Buckle up, because the Bitcoin supply shock is real. MicroStrategy is buying $40 million of Bitcoin a day for the next 3 years, and we seem to be moments away.
Wait. What did he just say? Hang on.
$40 million of Bitcoin a day for the next 3 years, and we seem to be moments away from the
I thought he said $40 billion a day. I was like, what?
God candle and the beginnings of the Bitcoin cycle that breaks everything. I'm Rustin, head of news at Simply Bitcoin, and you better watch out, because Gojira is coming. Send it.
Nice. Very nice. Exactly, guys. And that's the point I've been trying to get across in a less colorful way, is that it's being accumulated en masse, guys. It is being accumulated en masse, and there's not going to be any left. That's why I take 50% of my profits in every bear market, and I put them directly into Bitcoin, and I never sell my Bitcoin. It will be $1 million a coin. You can quote me on that. What else do we have here? Why cult meme coins with delusional holders will go ballistic in 2025. Listen up for meme coin fans.
And so when we talk about cults, we're focusing on the supply part. What does that mean? Cults mean people are not going to sell, right? And a lot of this stems from like the average holder. Where do they think the market is going, right? If you look at a lot of like pump fund launches and in the trenches or whatever, people are like trying to sell at like 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, right? But then there's a handful of communities where their holders genuinely, no matter how delusional that sounds, they genuinely believe this is going to like 10 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion, etc., right? So you need to find those communities, because holding is a function of belief, right? That's like the supply side. So the other side is, if people don't sell and then the demand eventually comes in, then like the green candles are going to end up being longer, because like there's no sell pressure, because those guys believe we're going to 100 billion. If they genuinely believe that, they're just like not going to touch the coins. So it's just demand only. That's why I think parabolas are going to happen in memes.
I agree, guys. That's why you got to find the ones where people believe this crazy, like you see people, we talk about this over on the Patreon too. We talk about how there are some meme coin communities that legitimately think that their meme coin is somehow going to pass Ethereum in market cap one day. It's lunacy, guys. There's nothing wrong with meme coins. Like, I like them. I think they bring a lot of people into crypto that are new, but you got to get in, make your money, and you got to get out. They're not something you can, invest for your children's future and hold for 10 years. I've had people tell me to hold on to a meme coin for 10 years. Are you insane? It doesn't do anything, right? So, yes. All right. Moving along. What factors affected Bitcoin's recent price drop? Bitcoin's price has recently fallen below 71K, raising concerns about the current state of the cryptocurrency market. Although there haven't been any major developments in the crypto space, macroeconomic conditions are playing a significant role in this decline. The failure of Bitcoin to breach its previous all-time high at $73,777 has heightened market anxiety. Factors such as upcoming U.S. elections and the traditional financial narrative known as Uptober have historically supported Bitcoin's price. However, the impending elections have contributed to uncertainty, particularly with Donald Trump trailing Kamala Harris in early polls, depending on which polls you're following, I suppose. A weak probability of Trump's election could lead to the price decline, as the market tends to react to anticipation. Additionally, a drop in the S&P 500 index has caused Bitcoin's price to plummet further, given their positive correlation with stock market movements. Recent economic data included the PCE and unemployment claims has added to the negative sentiment. Key observations include the PCE index has stagnated, leading to diminished expectations on interest rate adjustments. Unemployment claims have not risen as anticipated, contributing to market uncertainty, and anticipation of a pause in the interest rate changes may lead to continued subdued activity in cryptocurrency. Despite these challenges, some market participants remain optimistic, suggesting that Bitcoin could surpass $80,000 this quarter. If institutional demand persists, however, should closing prices fall below 71,500, the further decline to 67,000 may be on the horizon. But here's a factor that's not taken into consideration, is that retail investors are not here yet. And I'm going to show you something very, very fascinating to see what I mean, okay? Now, we have here in the Google search trends, Bitcoin spiked as a price broke above $70,000 this week, okay? So you might be asking me, well, what the hell does that mean? That means that basically when Bitcoin breaks through all-time highs, when it gets to 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 this year, which I believe it will, retail searches are going to spike. And this is just a minor spike, and it broke 70,000. It didn't even break all-time highs, and the searches started to spike. That is an indication that retail is going, huh? What's happening over there with Bitcoin? And imagine when it's 80,000, 90,000, 100,000. This is going to be the spike in searches over here, right? On Bitcoin for Google search trends. That is an indicator that we're about to see retail come pouring in like a tsunami, okay? What's happening right now is just hedge funds, ETFs, BlackRock. That's what this is right now. We don't even have retail here yet. Retail is like a tsunami that's going to come in here, and have your life jackets on, baby, because we are going to go crazy. All right, what else do we have? Check it out, my main man over at All In Crypto. He says Hedera's pivotal role in the future of digital information. Check it out. Now I have a point to raise after we hear this quick little clip.
I really do think Hedera is going to be front and center in this digital transformation that we're going through. We're in the infancy of that, and the price doesn't always correlate with real innovation and kind of adoption. However, it will. I understand the frustration out there as it relates to Hedera Hashgraph's price, but we do think price is going to follow. We only need one of these concepts to actually stick, and it changes the game for the entire ecosystem and really propels Hedera to that spot where I believe it should be. I think crypto right now is largely driven by who's the largest account that can shout about it, whereas something like Hedera really will shine through in the long run. It's because of council members and POCs like what we've just explored today. So that's it.
So basically, guys, what he's saying here is that the price right now, the market is not being led by utility tokens, okay? It's being led by community tokens. And as unfortunate as it is, sometimes, like right now, and in the last bull run too, utility is just not leading the way. Will we get to the point someday where utility tokens are leading the market? Yes, of course we will. But right now is not that time. Right now, community coins and meme coins are what drives the market in the altcoins a lot of the time, right? It's unfortunate again, but again, if you're investing in utility projects for the long term, then you will end up on top. So that's just how I see it. We're in a meme coin driven altcoin environment, so to speak. Meta Lawman says, And then they came for Immutable X. The platform for Web3 games just got a Wells notice from the SEC. Yes, the SEC has issued a Wells notice to Immutable X, a Web3 gaming play. I know, big surprise, right? SEC ramping up enforcement once again, making Kamala Harris look like a jackass. Only 75,600 holders and 99% of coins in circulation. Imagine that soon there will be 10 million users of a Panasonic application, and at this stage there may be 300 more companies. Can you imagine that? Do you get it yet? Are you listening, guys? Are you listening? What else do we have? Bitcoin's price could hit a new all-time high soon, but will it dip before surging? Experts' analysis. It's already dipping. So yes, Bitcoin's market performance in October has turned heads as the crypto trades above previous resistance levels. Analyst Zen shared a detailed outlook on Bitcoin's trajectory, predicting the potential for new all-time highs soon. However, Zen cautions that a price dip might precede this anticipated surge, spotlighting specific price ranges and chart patterns as potential indicators. Zen's analysis highlights a monthly chart where Bitcoin's October candle stands strong above March's closing level of 71,363. This breakout signal indicates substantial bullish momentum, especially if October closes near current levels. A similar trend was seen in previous bullish cycles, suggesting that the continuation in this price behavior could pave the way for an upward breakout in November. Moreover, supporting this bullish perspective, Bitcoin's daily chart indicates an upward trajectory with attempts to break higher resistance around $72,890. In his tweet, Zen outlined a Fibonacci retracement analysis to identify potential dip ranges. By applying this tool from October's opening to its current price, he marks the 618,786 levels, translating to approximately $67,793 to $70,358. This range represents a buy tail zone where Bitcoin could experience a brief pullback before resuming its climb, which we are experiencing right now. For a more conservative support level, Zen points to the 50% Fibonacci retracement around $67,992, although this lower level may not fully be tested if the bullish structure remains intact. Should Bitcoin retrace to these levels, it could create a strong buy opportunity ahead of an anticipated November breakout. Key support levels, as highlighted in the analysis, include 71,363, representing March's close, which Zen identifies as a critical level for maintaining bullish outlook. Below this, liquidity pools are concentrated around 71,150 to 70,444 and 69,300, offering potential buffers against deeper dips. On the resistance side, Bitcoin's all-time high near $73,881 serves as a psychological hurdle, with intermediate liquidity clusters at 73,108 and 73,597. The analyst sees these levels as key markers for Bitcoin's continued rally. This must be a typo here. They represent both challenges and opportunities within the crypto upward trend. Adding depth to this analysis, Zen mentions the CME gap between 67,435 and 68,185 on the 1 hour chart, aligning with the 50 and the 618 Fibonacci ranges. Although Zen typically disregards lower time frame gaps, he notes that the correlation with the Fibonacci retracement adds weight to the probability of a pullback to these levels. Historical performance also lends context. Zen references Bitcoin's 2019 spring movement when it advanced without a retracement, leaving opens in the possibility of a similar pattern here. Yet, the suggestion of a potential buy tail indicates the likelihood of a controlled dip before the anticipated breakout. If Bitcoin sustains its current trend above March's close and closes October in this range, Zen's analysis suggests that a November breakout could be inevitable. However, traders should remain cautious as short-term dips within the 67,800 to 70,400 range could represent buying opportunities. By following these support and resistance zones combined with historical patterns and Fibonacci retracements, investors could potentially navigate Bitcoin's upcoming moves with better precision. Very, very bullish, guys. A little bit of a correction, a little bit of a pullback. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. We all know that song and dance. What else do we got over here? We got Bitcoin news. CNBC, you think the federal government is printing too much money and Bitcoin is a way to protect Florida's purchasing power?
This is an interesting, just a quote. Recently, Governor DeSantis also leaned forward to protect the personal finances of Floridians from government overreach and woke corporate monitoring, and by signing legislation to fight back against the central bank digital currency, CBDC. So you're actually looking at this, the CBDC is a centralized currency, which is sort of the antithesis to what crypto or Bitcoin aims to be. So there's a sort of a tinge of some political rhetoric in that comment there. So you think that the government's going to continue to print too much money? You think Bitcoin is a way for Floridians to maintain purchasing power?
Thank you for making those points, because that's exactly where our head is on this. We look at the failed policies of Washington. I hope President Trump is going to be able to turn around, but I don't think it's going to happen overnight. He's walking into a real mess. But we need to be able to have a hedge against this massive overreach by the federal government with a centralized currency. Look, I don't want the federal government knowing when my son went to the grocery store to go buy a bag of Doritos at 2:15 in the afternoon. So we need to have some protections in place. And I think where we make it a welcome and interesting expansion of dialogues in Florida, and maybe even a greater expansion. We have about $800 million in crypto-related investments in our state portfolio, but I would not be shocked to be able to see that growing under a Trump administration in the near future.
I think all states should be doing that. I mean, countries are doing it, for crying out loud, right? It's a fantastic idea. And we already looked at this over. We're looking at this over on the Patreon earlier. Let's have a look at what Swift is doing. Swift is doing a perfect breakout here, guys. So we had resistance here on this line, perfect resistance. We had our breakout right here, right, of this falling wedge pattern. We had our breakout, we retested it as support, and now we have broke to the upside. Now we're retracing, mainly due to Bitcoin, but we're retracing here to the support level. If we can build this level here as support, then we can continue up to these golden pocket zones that I have pre-entered. And I know what will happen. Same thing that always happens, guys. We'll be up here and I'll be doing a video saying I told you guys months ago that this is where we were going, right? Some people listen, some people don't. I know a lot of people over on the Patreon are making a lot of money on this right now. So get over to the Patreon, guys. You are definitely missing out. The link is in the description. Let's get back over to Jasmy. See what the chart is up to. Pow! Check it out. Trying to break, like I said, guys, this candle probably going to be green tomorrow. Probably going to be outside of the buy zone. But we'll see. We'll keep on top of it, guys. We'll be live streaming the chart all night long later tonight. But let's get into the chat. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're trying to get to 6,600 subs. So help a brother out. Funky's in the house. What's up, man? Bruno. Hey, Rob. Swift was the only project that saved my portfolio from crashing. Yep. Swift swept in, baby. Jetpack in the house, man. I bought some XE and an H-bar today. Nice. Two fantastic projects, brother. Rod, I just went shopping for some XCN. Couldn't help myself. Hey, can I blame you? 100% not. Damn. Now that is how you DCA. Yeah, MicroStrategy. Absolutely. Stargazer, what's up, man? Currently holding over 1,700,000 XCN. That is absolutely music to my ears, my friend. Music to my ears. Funky couldn't hear the clip. Sorry about that, brother. Dumb money. Rob, I jumped on that Helium Mobile train and was thinking of adding more. What is your price prediction? I don't have one right now, but anywhere between 3 to 10 cents would be absolutely stellar for Helium Mobile. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, guys. That is the news as it is this evening. Make sure, again, you hit the like and subscribe. Guys, get over to the Patreon. Join the conversation. We had a hell of a live group video call today. And I record them, and then I put them in the library over on the Patreon so that you guys can rewatch them if you miss them. So make sure you're getting in there and join the group video calls and book your one-on-one calls with me, guys. Listen, if you want to sit down and you want to have a video chat with me, you have a bunch of questions, you need to understand things, whether it's self-custody, DeFi staking, profit taking, creating a portfolio structure, moving your fiat from the exchanges back to your bank account when we're done taking profits. Everything you need to know, guys, get over to the Patreon, book a one-on-one call with me, and I will talk to you about all things crypto. Let's get you in there. Let's get you booked. But the spots fill up fast, so do not miss out. Dumb Money says, I added another 1 million of XCN and staked it all. My man, I love to see it, brother. I love to see it. All right, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Again, join me every single day for 2 live streams. One in the morning at 11 a.m. Central, one at 6 p.m. Central. Do not miss it. Stargazer says, do you believe XCN can hit 10 cents in a later? Yeah, absolutely I do. I think XCN can get back to its all-time high of 18 cents, but I'll be out before 10 cents. But yes, I do, Stargazer. I'm liking PNG. It's outperforming most coins this year. Yes, PNG, a lot of people like it. Got a great community behind it. I agree with you there. I do not hold any, but I do see the PNG community out there. Shout out to you guys. Nothing but love. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Central, for the morning live stream. Deuces, ooses.